Alright, some quinoa and farro. Farro faucet. Alright. Made them separate, keeping them in separate containers. Now, real quickly, I splurged and bought grapes the last 2 times, but I really shouldn't have because the bag isn't recyclable. I wanted grapes, and I don't know anywhere to get grapes other than in a bag. Sometimes they come in a container, but that's also not recyclable. And the ones in the container weren't organic or non-GMO, and they were a container that my place doesn't take. They only take 1s and 2s HPDs, or I think they're called HPDE or something like that. They stopped taking so many things. Matter of fact, it's odd. I just have a video that I wanted to watch on YouTube from about a year ago, why China is ruining the recycling around the world or something like that. And that's how these people told me about a year and a half ago of why they're not taking, why they never took any bags like this in the first place, and why they're not going to take this one. I'll check it every time because I just get so confused. Yeah, so like they'll take this. It's like that one with that HPDE. They won't take 4, 5, 7s, 3s. They don't take anything other than cardboard and newspaper. They won't take cardboard pizza boxes or cereal boxes or wax boxes. They don't take anything anymore. It's so like, it bothers me that I bought this. And same thing with this. Now, again, this one says 7 in recycling. Now, I knew my center wouldn't take it. But on the line, on the computer, I found these 2 independent recycling places around the country. And they said there was these drop-off points, but when I went there was no drop-off point. There was no like container or basket like they described anywhere. So that's a bummer. So I try to do my best, and I do really well, but you know, everybody has to do their best so it doesn't go in landfills or into the ocean. All right. So that being said, this is going to be a cold quinoa dinner. You can do it warm, the same exact way I'm doing it, or you can do it cold. Works well in a burrito. I actually made one. There should be one on my playlist where I made this and probably something else, maybe jackfruit or something in it. And I made 2 different style burritos. Oh, I know what I wanted to add in this. I did grapes today, but darn it, I know what I wanted to do. I was out in the garden so long today, watering and taking care of things, that I forgot to open it. All right, so we got the quinoa and the farro. If you're not familiar with either of them, they're very much, I would say the farro is like barley. It's like a bigger barley. And the quinoa, I don't know. It's kind of like maybe like a pasta or something. It's so tiny and stuff, you can barely see it. All right, so we're going to do this cold. We got, let's see, is everything organic except that? Yep. So everything here is organic except the yellow pepper. The onion, the carrot, everything is good to go. So we're going to put this in, or not all of it, but most of it, and we're going to mix it up in here. And I don't know what kind of flavor I'm going to use. Maybe a little salt, maybe a little pepper tonight. And this is fresh dill from my garden. So I got fresh dill I can use, or I have basil. Now my basil plants in my pots are really kicking butt. The ones in the ground are still kind of babies. So after this is done, my pots, I won't have to buy basil ever again. Stuff like that, cilantro, dill, all that. So what I do is I keep it in a separate container, right? And that way you can do whatever you want. You can eat it separate, farro, and do whatever you want with your farro. Quinoa, do it with your quinoa. Or you can do both. Burritos, cold salad, warm meal, side dish, or as a main meal. Any kind of flavor, you know, dill. We got basil. You can do Italian spices. You can do ginger. You can make it in. When you want to make a burrito, you use a chili powder mix. It works awesome because it will give that consistency, flavor, and look of a meat. All right. But today I think I might do tropical. Let me get some other sauces out that you might like to use on it. All right, so tonight I might just do a little bit of salt and pepper. I might do olive oil. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe a little olive oil and salt and pepper. And I don't know if I want to go with basil or dill tonight. I don't know. Last night I made a chicken salad with jackfruit in a wrap, and I used dill. So I might go with the basil. And let's see, what is that? Celery. pepper, tomato, grape, carrot, onion. It's yellow onion, I guess it's called, and cucumber. I'm not going to do garlic tonight. And then I got some romaine and an avocado. So that's all going to go in there, get tossed, and it's going to be eaten cold on a dish. I don't know what I want to do with the flavoring. You can do whatever you want. There's a nice sweet and spicy sauce. These are all vegans. This is the only one that's like not non-GMO or anything. This is really nice, tropical. This butter, cashew butter, non-dairy buffalo sauce is excellent. They say it's medium spicy, but I'd say it's medium to hot. This is mild, nothing, and this is a little bit medium, mild to medium. You could do some mayo in this if you want, almost like a potato salad, and do it. And like I said, it works wonderful in wraps, warm or like a burrito or cold. And, you know, salt and pepper and all that kind of stuff. And what I was going to say is mandarin oranges I used last time. Mandarin oranges work so well with this, with the rest of these. But tonight I took out the grapes and I did the grape. So let me see how I'm going to put this together. And you guys can do whatever you want as far as flavoring. Spirulina, it's got a ton of vitamins, B12, A, and K. And then the amazing grass, tons of natural whole foods and vitamins, alkalinity. Got a ton of stuff. Look it up online. So that's like eating a whole bunch of veggies and stuff right there. And whatever I got going on in here. And I try to do everything as raw as possible. When it's a wrap, it's all raw. Or when it's like this, of course, this is cooked and then the rest of the stuff is all raw. You know, so you do as best you can, stay alkaline, and, you know, grow your own food, do the best recycling. I got to figure out something with grapes. I was buying the every once in a while I'd buy the non-organic ones, you know, the ones that aren't organic or non-GMO, just to try them, and I rinse them off. I wash them in vinegar and stuff. And then I brought the container there, and the lady's like, no, don't put that in there. We don't take those. They call them clam shells, you know, like the top and the bottom. They call them clam shells. I'm like, well, they're number ones. And she's like, yeah, but we're not taking them anymore. It's like, holy crap. So it's like, you know, we got to do our best, but they just pour it on us. So the best thing we can do is eat as raw and as clean and minimal as possible, and then we won't have to worry. You know, I found quinoa easily in this, but I could not find farro in a container, and I could not find barley in a container. So I thought, all right, cool, I'll do the drop-off thing. Nope, couldn't find one even near my area. So that's a bummer. You know, so what we can do, I only eat one meal a day. So for me, I don't have hardly any, you know, waste. Although cans and bottles could add up quickly. And this is mostly a summertime thing for me. I barely ever have something like this in the winter. In the winter, I do more warm meals, my own soups. Sometimes I buy soup in a can or something, and I add tons of stuff to it. But if we minimalize our eating, you know, even if you did 3 meals a day, but you did very raw, very basic meals like this and stuff, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I don't eat any of that stuff. Once in a while, if I decide on breakfast or something, I'll have it, you know, sometime between, you know, like right now it's like 8:30, which is a little late, between 5:30 and 8:30. But like if we all minimalize how much we eat and how much we take in, and we say no to no, no to this, and then the companies finally start switching and saying, all right, no more of this crap. It's going to be in a jar, or it's going to be like this, you know what I mean? And it's definitely 100% recycling. So I'm going to watch that video and see what they say, and I'll link that China's ruining the world to recycling or something like that. I'll link it underneath this video. All right, so this is getting long, but, you know, I wanted to show you that. Anything else? No, let me just show you this again. This is heavy alkalinity. You don't want to be acidic. You want to be alkaline. You know, anything that's plant-based, not anything, but almost everything that's plant-based would be alkaline, especially if it's green and fruit. And don't let acidity, like, well, what about grapefruits and oranges? That's acidic. No, it's acidic to what we say in a flavor or a taste or a texture or whatever the heck you want to call it. But as it digests as alkaline. And you want to be alkaline. So anything green, anything veggies, all this kind of stuff. There'll be the occasional fruit, or like, let's say this would probably be neutral on the scale of 0 to, I don't know what the scale goes up to, but 7 is neutral, and the higher up you go, like 9, 8, and 9 would be alkaline. The lower you go, the more acidic. So nuts and stuff like that will be anywhere from alkaline to neutral. This kind of stuff will be slightly acidic, most likely. because it's a little bit processed and everything. Anything, coffee, soda, alcohol, medicines, all that, heavily acidic. Heavily acidic. Cooked foods, especially seriously cooked foods, ovens, baked, fried, steamed, smoked, really acidic. Very acidic. So think of it as your pool. You test your pool, your hot tub, you keep it crystal clear, the pH, 7 to like 7.5, and it's always crystal clear. If it goes too low, it gets cloudy. If it goes even lower, you grow algae and stuff like that, and then you get all kinds of mess. Same thing with your body. Our homeostasis is 7.45 in our blood. All right. Now it will alter differently in saliva and your pee, but through your main arteries in your blood, it's a 7.45 for homeostasis, which is basic word for balance. All right. So let me put this together, show you the final product. All right. Just a little bit of salt and just a little bit of pepper. That thing is awesome. Nice flavor. Salt helps bring out the flavor a little bit. Just a dash, and the pepper, the crunches, the softness, the textures, the taste. Basil, so good. If you ever use this kind of stuff, you should limit it anyway. Not just for the alkalinity, acidic type stuff, but it's really no good to be eating all that stuff. I used to years ago. Now, on your gut, no good on your gut and stuff. I used to eat 3 big meals a day, and I could eat all day long. My friends used to ask if I had what do you have, like a tapeworm? If we went out somewhere, whether we went to a club or where we went out anywhere, or we were in Atlantic City, whether it was a buffet or whether it was at the diner, they would just laugh every time the waiter would come over and say, well, what do you want? They would all get let's say, cheesesteak and French fries and, something like that. I would get the same, like cheesesteak, French fries, probably glass of water, chocolate milk or plain milk, maybe a little orange juice, Belgian waffle with strawberries and whipped cream, and any other weird thing like that. And I would eat the whole dang thing, and they would just be amazed because I was the smallest out of everybody, and I could only Rubino was the only one, and my brother, that could out eat me. Well, I don't know if my brother could out eat me because he just eats super fast. He doesn't eat prolonged, you know what I mean? So we might be equal on that. He's like Kobayashi. He could eat stuff super fast. And Rubino, forget it. I have never met anybody that can eat as much as that kid can eat. Well, kid, now we're like almost 50 years old, but he could eat. I watched him one time when we lived together. He had a mound of rice. Now, my family's watching this back home. That's why I'm saying this. He had a pound of rice on a plate like this, no lie. Like one whole giant 1 or 2 pound bag of rice like this. And then he would have 4 or 5 chicken breasts all over it. And a side of boiled carrots or this or that. I mean, you'd be like, who's coming over for dinner? You know what I mean? That's insane. But yeah, that's how I used to be. And they used to say a tapeworm. So now it's just 1 meal a day. But you should limit to stuff like this anyway. And as you can see by the flavors, it's more of like a summertime thing for me. But do it up the best you can. Do your recycling the best you can. Grow your food the best you can, your herbs, no matter where you are. I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment. I got a balcony, and I grow stuff down below too. So everything you could do the best you can to be minimalist, raw, vegan, and recycling. I got to figure out something with the grapes. And with this is something lasts a long time because I only eat it once in a while, but I need to find it in a container, So we all have to do our best, and, that will be it. So lots of love to you guys back home. My dad or somebody, I think my dad might have saw Rubino eat one time. It's amazing what that guy eat. All right, guys, lots of love to you. Bye-bye.